Hi guys. So I finally watched Ajayante Randam Moshanam yesterday. I watched it in Paramata as usual, and this is my first Tovino Thomas movie in theater experience. I think yes. So I have seen like that Minnal Murali, Talumala. I became a fan of Tovino after watching Talumala. That is like everything about that movie is beautiful. The screenplay, the action choreography, the love story, the comedy, the style, everything. I really like that movie. Okay, coming back to this movie, right? So did I say I didn't watch it in 3D? I one of my friends, like my Malu friends, told me it's a 3D movie, but for some reason the show that I booked it wasn't 3D. It was 2D movie. But it's okay. And I actually like I didn't see any reviews of the movie, so I didn't want to know anything about the story, the spoilers, or some, like these days sometimes reviewers give us spoilers, right? So I didn't watch any reviews, but I know that the movie has a lot of positive reviews, so I had to book it. I had to watch it, and I actually liked it. It's a nice I have come to realize that Tovino Thomas, he doesn't do bad movies. Whatever movies he does, it'll be at least a decent watch. It will not be a bad movie at all. And I don't know if it is like I don't know if it's a luck or if it's his talent in picking the right stories or whatever. The story I think was written by some Nambiar, I guess, right? Wait a minute, let me Google it. ARM movie. Mm, mm, mm. So it's by a debutant director called Jitin Lal. Okay. And I think the writer is Sujit Nambiar. And the name actually means Ajayant's second theft. So I'll come to the things that I actually liked. Uh, there's nothing that I didn't like about the movie. It's a nice movie. It's a fun movie, and I really like the history. Um, okay, Tomino Thomas. He is actually a really good actor, especially the Munians part. Right? I felt as if uh, I didn't feel like I was watching Tovino at all. Like Munian was like a completely different. I wouldn't have minded if the whole movie was about Munian's, that era and his story. I hope they release like a second part to it where the focus is much more on Munian's, because I don't think they. So it's not a spoiler. It, so Manian is a thief in the movie, right? Like, but they don't reveal how he became a thief or why he became a thief or anything like that, right? So I'm more curious in that about that. And the action choreography, as usual in all of Tovino's movies, is brilliant. There's some kind of technology that they have. I think I mentioned this in some other Malayalam movie as well. That RDX, I think they have figured out some kind of technology of shooting action choreography, which is really beautiful to watch, flawless in fact. And as usual, this movie also has that. And music is also a really good. addition to the movie, especially the background music and some songs where Ajayant's childhood portions with his mom. Rohini, I think, like Rohini, I guess, right? So their part and everything, like I really like the music as well. And there is also like a very important thing that I wanted to point out is there is a lot of it, it's it's basically about the caste discrimination that is prevalent in our society, right? And this movie deals with that as well. It is a very nice. I don't understand why not many movies are being made around that uh, area. See, if this was US, right? If this was US is how many years old? Not even half as old as India. And and this caste discrimination, I don't know, goes back for like almost 2000 or more years. You never know, right? If the US had this kind of history, they would have made like million movies about this caste discrimination. You see what I mean? Like, just take Hollywood for example. There is a lot of movies every year. There is movies being made about anti-Semitism and the Nazis and whatnot, and discrimination about of the black people, because there's so much, not because of any ideology or propaganda, right? But just the amount of stories that you can tell around in that area, that itself makes it interesting to watch. So I don't understand why not many people. I know a few directors in Tamil Nadu are dealing with this subject almost exclusively about these subjects, like Paranjit and Vetrimar and whatnot. Very few directors. You can handpick the number of directors who make movies on this topic. Whereas you can make hundreds, like you can make hundreds of movies every year and still not do enough justice for the kind of discrimination that happens in our society around this concept, right? Like the caste discrimination. But I don't understand why not many movies are being made. Not many good. Very few. There are movies being made. I'm saying that, like, why more directors are not coming forward to make movies on this subject is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if this is going to improve or is going to remain the same, but that's just my 2 cents on this subject. And I really like Tovino Thomas for shedding light on this subject in one of his movies. It's a very interesting. So the reason why I'm saying is that a lot of the times in the current day and age, the discrimination could be uh, very passive and subtle, and you have to pay really close attention to even understand. Whereas 100 years ago, it would have been like in your face, right? And yeah. Okay, so that aside, what else did I like about the movie? So there's a nice little love story between the protagonist Ajayan and an upper caste girl. That is another interesting thing. In fact, that forms the crux of the story as well. I think they show that as the first theft, I believe. In fact, like, when I walked into the theater, I was almost asleep. Like, I thought I would sleep halfway through the movie, but I like the movie kept me awake. That itself is because I sleep heavily. Like, doesn't matter where I am. If I feel sleepy, I sleep. I snore. I snore when I'm traveling in the train. I sleep that heavily. And yeah, and I like this movie for that reason as well. And I believe in the end they are hinting at a part two. there's a very interesting thing that the movie opens with. I don't want to mention that, otherwise, if you guys haven't watched the movie, you lose the thrill of it. There is a At times I think the movie goes into this kind of magic realism territory, which is another interesting thing, but it doesn't overdo that, again, which is a good thing. So a lot of the things could have gone wrong with in this movie, right? Like, but it didn't do all that, and for a debutant director, I think he has done a pretty good job in making this movie the way he did. And I can't wait for part two. Especially, I want to see more of Moneyans, because Moneyans' character, man, is it's a very magnetic kind of personality in the movie. You know, when you if you go watch the movie, you'll understand what I mean. Just the aura of this guy, right, on the screen is huge. His presence is itself is huge, and the way Tovino has portrayed that character is really good. I really liked. Yeah, and they also have like this is what I like about Malayalam movies, right? They're very very rooted. There is Kalaripai to whatever they can. It's all a very Malu thing, isn't it? Like this Kalaripaitu thing, or the landscape that they show in this movie, especially that Amaturitu or something like that. There is an island that they show in the movie. Yeah, I I'm not sure if I would have liked the movie even more if I had watched it in 3D. Let's see if I maybe next week, if the movie is still running. I'm not sure. I should have checked. Before booking the show, I should have checked. And I'm not even sure if the 3D thing is even there in Sydney, or if it's only in India. Okay, I think I've said enough about the movie. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye bye.